What's going on, you guys? Hello, Facebook. So listen, depending on when you are watching this, it is the beginning of a new month. We're going to talk about 3 1%er strategies to make December your biggest month ever. How does that sound? By the way, if you guys are, hey everybody, let me know where you're coming in from and whether you're watching this live or the replay by typing in hashtag live or the hashtag replay. And see, this is really interesting. What happens for most people is that, what's going on, you guys? Hey, before I get into this training, let me just remind you guys, because today is officially the last day that you can qualify for this. It is Cyber Monday. It's Cyber Monday, and Cyber Tuesday is not a thing. So on Cyber Monday, we're offering you an incredible way to set your month up to win, hashtag live, and that is to join us in the Top Bonus Challenge that begins on December 4th, 50% off. It's pretty incredible. So just go to toplevelbonus.com and there is a coupon code there, which is give back, all one word, that you can enter to get 50% off. Anyways, just wanted to say that. Hey, Karina, awesome. Glad you'll be joining us. Okay, Rockstars, let's talk about 3 1%er strategies to make December your best month ever. Who wants December to be your best month ever? Like, is that even possible? Of course it is. So I'm going to give you strategies that I personally use with my 1% mastermind clients and that they focus on every single day of the month to set themselves up to win. So by the way, tag somebody, share this out for those of you who have friends, coworkers, managers who need to hear this. I'm sitting in a different place today. Can you tell? I'm like out in the corner because my doggy just had surgery and I got to keep my eye on him so he doesn't rip out his stitches. But anyways, guys, so the first thing is this. When we start a new month, you have to do a self-eval of last month. So my question to you is, have you done a self-evaluation of last month? Have you done one? Yes or no? Let me know. And maybe your self-evaluation is, all right, did I hit my goal? Yes or no? Boom, move on, right? It's a new month, thank God. But that's not the best way to put a bow on the month and to set yourself up to win. Yeah. So what you want to do is, first of all, look at, without going into the whole self-eval of last month, I want to talk about why. For those of you, first of all, did you hit your goal last month? Yes or no? And if the answer is no, then my question to you is, what reasons and excuses do you have for not hitting it? And here's the thing. That can sound harsh to a lot of people. I'm sure that it does. Like, what do you mean it's not my fault? But I got to tell you that it's always your fault. Right? We are where we are at because of all of the decisions. Every single decision that we have made in our life is a reason why you have what you have when it comes to finances, when it comes to your career, when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to your health. You are where you are because of your decisions, every single one of them. So, what reasons and excuses did you have for last month? And one of the things that we talk about in the Top Bonus Challenge that's coming up this week is this concept of, look, you can have reasons and excuses, but you cannot have results. It's doubling and tripling when you talk at times. Ooh, not good. Is anybody else experiencing that? My voice, I'm gonna try to unplug my battery. So, anybody else hear that? Let me know. Otherwise, I'll have to come back on. So, reasons and excuses. Here's the bottom line. You can have reasons and excuses or you can have results, but you can't have it all, right? You cannot have excuses and results. You cannot have reasons or results. You just can't. You can only have results. And people who get results are people who do not, got a glare on my screen, who do not, excuse me one second. Sorry guys, if you thought the sound was bad before, now you just got blinded. You don't have excuses because you can't get to results if you're walking around with a bunch of reasons and excuses as to why you cannot sell, why you missed your month, why you missed your goal, why you can't get a deal, why so-and-so missed the deal for you, all of these things, right? You just cannot get a deal. So this is a big differentiator between top 1%ers and the 99%. Like my mastermind clients know, these chicas know that they do not come with reasons and excuses, right? They don't come with them. They're like, dang, I own it. I own everything about why I did not hit the today or last week or whatever it is, right? And that's the first step. Like if you are going to change your month going forward and make it the best month you've ever had, and maybe even in this industry, or at least this year, why not just make it your biggest month ever? You've got to own everything. And we talk about this concept called being at cause versus being at effect. And most people in the world walk around at the effect of every single thing in their life. There's always somebody to blame for why they don't have what they want. There's always somebody to blame for why their bank account is the way it is. There's always someone to blame for the car that needs to be repaired, for the deal that didn't go down, for the fact that they had a bad month. You will never get to the top with this mindset and attitude. You just will not. You do not see top 1%ers walking around like this. You do not see Olympic athletes and gold medalists and all of the highest achievers in the world making excuses for why they didn't achieve anything. They own every single thing. Does this make sense? First of all, let me know. So I want you to look at the reasons and excuses right now, because perhaps they were your reasons and excuses. Man, I didn't have a good month because, let's talk about some of those things. Tour flow was low. Who's ever had that one? Is anyone having that right now? Tour flow being low. Let me know. And just write tour flow is low, so I know. And maybe, so for example, it's slow. Quote unquote slow. Is it possible to get a deal when it's slow? Yes or no? Yeah. Slow is in your mind. It only takes one deal to get one tour to get a deal. If you're getting one tour, many of you guys have written $50,000 deals, $100,000 deals. We've had 370,000 plus deals go down, actually 4, I think. One just went down yesterday, and another one today, it sounds like, from some of my mastermind members. Like, it happens all the time. It can change your entire month. So other reasons and excuses are, it's the holidays. People don't buy at the holidays. They got to keep all their money for Christmas. Is that true? Or is that just a story you're telling yourself? So there are reasons and excuses. Perhaps, we have a lot of change of management going on. Who has that one going on? A lot of change of management, or management's in chaos, and all things are crazy around here. Or maybe it's, I'm taking time off. So because how many times do I hear, oh my God, I'm taking time off, so I'm lowering my goals. Wouldn't it be nice to take time off and actually achieve your goals, right? Like hit the same goal that you would have hit even if you took the time off? Look, those are all stories in your mind. And so that's the second thing. So the first 1%er strategy to making December your biggest month ever is get rid of your reasons and excuses. Because every single reason, excuse that you have for why you did not sell last month or why you did not hit your goal is the exact same thing that's going to cause that to replicate this month. And can I just tell you guys something? It's so weird for me to be sitting down doing a live. Like, I feel so out of control. It's hilarious. I'm actually nervous giving this live to you, and I'm never nervous giving a live because I have my knees up, my body's hunched over, like a very not confident position. Like, we would never go and do a tour like all hunched over. But I'm like, this is so weird. It's really weird for me. It's kind of funny how the mind plays tricks on you, right? But when you're standing up, your chest is open, like your body's open, you're more confident. So funny. Anyways, you guys know me. I always speak what's going on. So, like, why am I nervous on this? So funny. But it's my positioning, and that just tells you that physiology matters. How you show up on your presentations matter. So I digress. Anyways, the stories that you're telling yourself about what is possible and what is not. So there are so many reps who believe that if they take 3 days off, a week off, a month off makes sense, you're not going to hit your goal, but if you take a week off or 2 weeks off, that they cannot hit their goal. Again, my question to you is, what if that didn't have to be your story? What if you could actually hit your goal and you could still take a week or two off? Wouldn't that be a story that pays a lot better? So this concept of stories is really, it's one that's overly talked about perhaps in the world of self-development, personal development, but it is one that is not commonly understood and it's not commonly practiced. We have our stories, and every one of my stories keeps me playing at the level I'm playing at, and every one of your stories keeps you playing at the level that you're playing at, and therefore getting the results that you're getting. And so if we're not aware of the stories, right? Like, so this weekend, I am going to be in a crazy big house in Salt Lake City, Utah, with the world's best poker champions, World Series poker champions. I don't even know who's going to be in that room, honestly. Tony Robbins' trainer is going to be with us. Scott, a friend of mine, and so what stories perhaps potentially could I develop as to why I'm not worthy enough to be in that room? I'm sure I could come up with some. However, is that a story that's going to allow me to grow, to transform, to expand, to actually allow myself to be on that same level as these game changers in the world? No, because it's not going to support that. So what we often do is we tell ourselves stories that contract our being, contract our ability to believe that we're capable of achieving the thing that we want to achieve. And so tell me some of the stories that you guys realize. If you don't understand what I mean by stories, join the Top Bonus Challenge, because we talk a lot about stories, because your stories are going to keep you either broke or they're going to make you rich. That's it. They're going to keep you broke or they're going to make you rich. They're going to keep you sad or they're going to help you to be happy and prosperous. Your stories are going to keep your relationships suffering or they're going to actually make them fulfilling. Stories are everything, and we talk about why and how to change them and what stories specifically you need in order to be a top 1%. Are you guys here with me, by the way? I'm not seeing anything. By the way, tag somebody who should hear about some of these 1%er strategies, because they probably have some pretty crappy stories that are not working for them. So there's a lot of stories I hear that people don't buy this time of year. It's slow. They've got to keep their money. And how often do we buy that story, that belief? And are you doing that? Has that happened to you in this last couple weeks since the holidays started? Because if you are operating out of what you would do personally, like maybe you perhaps don't have a lot of cash right now going into the holidays. So on your mind is, well, I got to keep my cash for, holiday presents or whatever the thing is. That's your story. That's not theirs. So if you want that to be their story, then you can give it to them. I promise you, they will all show up that way. They will stop buying from you. They will not buy from you. They will all have reasons and excuses as to why they're not able to spend money right now because it's the holidays. If you have that happening right now, change your story. Change your story. So the third thing is, success requires a strong foundation. If you want December to be your best month ever, you have to look at the foundation that you have built your business on. This is your business. If you're brand new, you probably don't have a very strong foundation. And many reps who've been in the industry a year or 2, 3 years, or even more, also have lacked creating that strong foundation. So what does this foundation really mean? Your habits are part of this foundation. 95% of what you do in life is based on your subconscious habits. Habits are subconscious. It's based on how you do life. It's based on how you wake up in the morning, what morning rituals you do before work that set you up to win or what sets you up to fail. You will never exceed the quality of your habits. So if your habits are not 1%er habits, you will never be the 1%. If your habits are not, if they're habits that set you up to feel terrible throughout your day, you're going to feel terrible throughout your day. If they're habits that you are in the habit of presenting a certain way. Let's just talk about that. You are in the habit of pitching a certain way. You are in the habit of doing your discovery a certain way. You are in the habit of passing your deal off to your TO in a certain way. That is a habit. And if you're not getting the results that you want, you have to create new habits. And I always say that Your next level success is simply you being the next level of you. You cannot continue to be you from last month if the you from last month did not get what you wanted. You have to be somebody different. And the problem is that I can't tell you how many reps, month after month after month, if I were to reach out to them from 7 months ago, these reps who reached out, help, 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 but then they didn't get the help, they're still broke. They're still struggling because all they know how to do is be themselves. You cannot create next level outcomes, 1%er outcomes, if you are being the same person with the same habits that created those outcomes to begin with. You have to develop new habits, and those habits will create new results and outcomes in your life. So rock stars, those 3 things are: what reasons and excuses did you have for not performing last month, and what are you ready to let go of now in order to move on? And get clear on those. Write them out. Tell yourself them over and over and over again. Program yourself with these. We do this. This is why such incredible results happen in the Top Bonus Challenge. By the way, 50% off right now through tonight at midnight at toplevelbonus.com. We start December 4th because we program your subconscious minds if you do the work. I can't force you guys to program your subconscious mind, but we certainly give you the tools to do that. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But that's why, because otherwise you consciously say you want something, but you will continue to create your circumstances that you're currently in over and over and over and over and over again. This is why reps go 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years in the industry, never having an incredible year, continuing to produce the exact same year that they've done for all of those years, is because they are not being somebody different come January 1st. They are not being somebody different the beginning of any new month. So if you want to get different outcomes and results, you absolutely have to commit. This is not about once I have this, then once I have all the strategies and the skills to pitch like I need to pitch, then I will have what I want to have, meaning I'll have top bonus money and all that. No, totally flawed model. Totally 100% flawed model. This is why most reps fail in this industry. They don't even get a chance past 3 to 6 months because they do not have the foundations of success, which is the 3rd thing. You must have the foundations. You must know who you need to be, what you need to think, what you need to believe, what thoughts you need to be programming in your mind every single day, because 99% of the people around you have crappy thoughts. They have thoughts of poverty. They have thoughts of scarcity. They have thoughts of, how am I going to pay my bills this month? They have thoughts of, this is a terrible tour, when I promise you somebody in the world would sell that tour, probably someone down the street. So if these are the people that you're listening to, there is no reason why, or there is a absolute reason why you're getting the outcomes that you have. You have to surround yourself in a completely different environment. You have to step into a different environment. You have to be in a bubble of positivity. You have to be in a bubble of where people aren't complaining. The 99% complain. You don't hear 1%ers complain very often. You don't. If you do, they catch themselves really freaking quickly and they get reframed, or another 1%er will smack them around. Say, snap out of that crap. Because that's not where you make money. That's not where you get results. You can have reasons and excuses, or you can have results, but you cannot have both. Hopefully you got something out of this. Do your coworkers a favor. Tag somebody. If you could all just tag one person, and that person who watches this will tag another person and share this out into different groups. Let's get this month, December, let's make December the biggest month ever. Seriously, these 3 things: drop your reasons and excuses, own everything, be at cause, stop being at effect of everyone and everything. You are responsible for your success, nobody else. And 2, figure out the stories that aren't serving you, change and reprogram those stories into your mind. And lastly, set yourself, your foundation up for success. This is your business. Are you treating it like a hobby, or are you treating it like an actual business that is a 7 or 8 figure enterprise? I promise you, when you begin to look at your business like that, your job like that, you will start producing 1%er results. So Rockstars, feel free to join us in the Top Bonus Challenge. 10 days to Top Bonus Challenge. It's an incredible experience of training, Every single day, there are people inside this Facebook group who are top 0.00001%ers. There are people who are brand new. There are people who just hit a slump and they're in a funk and out of flow. And man, it is incredible. The vibes are off the chain. It's amazing. And we are hosting one at the beginning of December. We've never done a beginning of the month challenge. It's always the last 10 days of the month. And we want to set you up to win. We want to set you up to win the year and to have your biggest month ever. Go to toplevelbonus.com and enter the code GIVEBACK that will expire Tuesday morning. All right, rock stars. Bye, everyone. Cheers.